Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of July 26th in my memory planner, which is of course my Aura Estelle A5 wide cloud planner, and I'm going to be using this June 2021 kit from Sadie Stickers. It is a 4-page foiled kit with some subtle beachy vibes, not full on beachy, but a little bit. And this is the newer format, so you get like a variety of functional things with different foiling. The icons have the foil on them, 3 sets of foiled headers, sidebar stuff, some layering pieces, and the bottom washi and date covers, plus a little bit of extra functional items. So that is the kit. I'm gonna pull out these pages and jump in.
So this week our camp, the camp that like my kids go to, was actually closed because of COVID, which I had said in my last video. We weren't in quarantine yet this week, but we were just like kind of hanging close to home at the beginning of the week and just trying to be a little bit extra cautious and stuff. But because the kids were home all week and everybody was feeling fine, we did decide to go to the beach at the end of the week. So my husband took Thursday and Friday off from work so that we could go, and it's just my mom there during the week, and it's like super not crowded, like even at the beach, so we were able to just stay away from everyone else, and my mom's vaccinated and not high risk or anything, so we felt fine about that. But then while we were at the beach, we actually got notified from the camp that they wanted all of the kids to get tested before reopening the camp, just out of like an overabundance of caution. But anyway, obviously when you test all of them, it does end up yielding a lot more cases, and my daughter did actually end up testing positive. So as soon as we got those results, we went right home, could fully quarantine and everything, and then my husband ended up working from home the week after this, just in case. But he and I actually tested negative earlier in this week, and my husband tested again later on Sunday because his work wanted him to, and then he tested negative as well. And actually my son tested negative twice. Well, the first time when he did it to go back to camp, but then obviously because of like the extra exposure to his sister, he had to stay home from camp the following week too. So we tested him to get out of quarantine like the following week, and he still tested negative. So all of the kids are back in camp now and everything is fine. She never developed any symptoms. So we just did like the full quarantine period and everybody is healthy and back. But it was like kind of 2 weeks of at homeness with no camp, which was, I mean, this week wasn't so bad. The week after this was like pretty rough. We had some bad days here and also some good days, and one really, really nice day at the beach on Friday before we got the results back. But anyway, it is what it is, and you do what you have to do and you get through it. So we had like a lot of kid activities this week, a lot of arts and crafts at home. We did some spa science. I bought like a kit on Amazon that had like a thing to make soap and bath bombs, and we've been doing that a lot and just like playing outside in our yard and all that kind of stuff. And then I've been trying to squeeze in work where I could. This week, not as much because I didn't think that they were going to be home for 2 weeks, but like the week after this, like I said, I was like working on this project, so I tried to still do work like the week after this especially. But fortunately, now that they're all back in camp, I'm like able to really get back into it. I just find it very difficult to get things done when the kids are all home. So a lot of times I'll try and like wake up like really early before the kids wake up. And like if I wake up at like 6 or whatever and work, then I can do kind of like an hour and a half of work or writing before my husband needs to start getting ready to like go to his work, which actually the week after this he didn't have to do because he was working from home, so it was even like a little bit longer than that I was able to write. But anyway, so on Monday the first thing that I did mark was that camp was canceled for the week. I did mark that on Sunday as well because they told us on Sunday, but I just put it in to like kind of mark that this was a no camp week. And I'm using these old script stickers that I have for that. This canceled is from a rose-colored days sheet, and the camp is actually an old custom from Station Stickers. I don't know if she still does customs. I don't think so, but she used to, and I had these from like a few summers ago. I don't mark camp in my planner anymore because my kids go every day, but I used to mark it when it was like just my daughter and she only went like a few days a week, so then I used to mark it. Same with school. I don't like putting like the same thing every day in my planner. I don't need to mark that. It's better to mark the exceptions than since I know they go every day. So I just mark when they don't go usually. Anyway, on Monday, I think we had like a quick virtual doctor's appointment. I just wanted to get like more information. We didn't have a lot of information at that point, but basically, so I just did like a quick do you think I should get my kids tested? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they just said, just like not to be around any unvaccinated people and wait and see if they develop symptoms. So we didn't have to do anything at that time. And then I did some work and, like they told me what to watch out for and stuff. But I also did some work because I have my regular work on Mondays. And then we did like a big spa science thing. We busted out that kit for the first time. And the kids had a lot of fun with that, making the soaps and the bath bombs. They really love playing with the soaps. And my kids are just like obsessed with bath bombs in general, like super, super obsessed. And then that night I took a bath actually. And then on Tuesday, I woke up with a massive headache, and I don't usually, and I like had it in the middle of the night, which I never have a headache in like the middle of the night. That's super unusual. So then I was freaking out because I was like, oh my gosh, we all have COVID. So I just went and got tested myself. I was just really paranoid, but I tested negative, so I was totally fine. And then I just like took it really easy that day. Like I said, I just had such a bad headache. I'm sure it was just like the combination of the stress and also dehydration, because like dehydration is still a major migraine trigger for me. I'm usually really careful with it, but if I'm not, but anyway, I was just, better safe than sorry is what I say here. So anyway, I did get tested, and I just also went to bed early that night, and I marked that with those little pajamas from White Deer Stationery. I love those. I am so obsessed with White Deer Stationery lately, and I did use stickers from there, from Hello Petit Paper, and then all my favorite foil shops as well, which I'll have like linked down in the description below as usual. Anyway, on Wednesday, we went and just got like takeout breakfast from McDonald's, just like did the drive-through, and then I like got gas for the car, and just we did like a couple of in-car errands just to go for a little drive. And then I lugged the jump, like we have like a medium-sized bounce house. I lugged that out myself. Usually I make my husband set it up. It's like very difficult to set up and like drag from the driveway to where we put it and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, we got that out to play with it. And then like I feel like we used it a couple of times over these 2 weeks, obviously, because it is really fun. But I feel like the kids always get so excited for it, and then it takes forever to set up, and then they play with it for seriously 5 minutes, and then they're all like screaming and fighting at each other and then don't want to play with it anymore. So it is, I love it, but it's also just like, it's so hard to set up and clean up, and then it's so much work for so little return. But anyway, and then on Wednesday I did get my negative test results back, so I did just mark that as well. And then my husband and I hung out that night. By then, like my headache was all completely gone, and I was like already feeling like, okay, that was probably a little bit over paranoid. I don't think I needed to really do that, but I'm glad I did anyway, so whatever. And then I also did some filming that night as well. I just wanted to do some planner stuff because I hadn't done any during the week so far, or like during nap times and stuff, because like the kids were really not taking good naps, and my oldest does not nap at all, but like usually she'll have quiet time in her room or do some like activities. She does like practice her writing or whatever, or do stickers. She's definitely a future planner person. So yeah, anyway, and then on Thursday we went to the beach house and just hung out for a little, and then we got the note that we should go take them to get tested either Thursday or Friday, so we just decided to go ahead and do it right on Thursday. So we just took them over to get tested, and then after we took them, we picked up like burgers and milkshakes for lunch as like a prize for being so good. We had to like wait kind of a while, and then also they got like jabbed in the nose. So anyway, and then we all took naps, and I actually took a nap too because I was so exhausted from waking up early and all that stuff. And also just life. And then we ordered dinner from our favorite takeout place. So then on Friday, my super favorite perfect summer day, one of the best days I've had all summer, we went to the beach. It was super not crowded, so it was like, because it's during the week, and we just had a really nice time at the beach by ourselves. And then I actually went and got a manicure pedicure during naps, which was so nice. I did some reading in the afternoon, and then my husband and I actually went out. This is like our second night out since the baby has been born, which is like, she's 18 months. Just because of like COVID and having little kids and all of this stuff, we went out once by ourselves earlier in the summer, and I'm sure we will again, hopefully before the end of the summer, because this was so fun. But we actually went out with friends of ours that are also kind of like living down there and have been for a while. So we just had a really nice time, like casual night out, good to get away from the kids and all of that stuff. And just also nice to be with like other adults. You know, we're not really like around friends that much that like without kids, if that makes sense. So it was just a really nice time. So then Saturday morning, I woke up at like 5 a.m. because one of the kids woke me up, and I had the notification from the lab for my daughter that she had tested positive. So I was just like, oh my gosh, what do we do? I was like freaking out a little. Luckily, my husband keeps like a really cool head in situations like this. So we just decided, we're like, okay, let's just go. You know, we will take care of all of this at home, figure out what we have to do. We notified the camp. We tried to call the doctor, but like it wasn't an emergency, obviously. So they were pretty much just like, you know, I like spoke to a nurse for a second, but they were pretty much just like, you need to make a virtual appointment on Monday, and they'll tell you what to do, like about your son and everything. Because my son had tested negative. So we were like, is he allowed to go back to camp? Not. And the camp like didn't know. They're like, I don't know, ask your pediatrician. So I was like, okay, whatever. Obviously, he's not going to go on Monday, and we will figure it out from there. So anyway, he didn't end up going the whole week, obviously. But yeah, and they're both back now. So we got some takeout for lunch. I did some filming, and we also bought a Nintendo Switch so that they would have stuff to play with. And it's been really fun. I don't know. We've mostly just been playing Mario Kart. Oh, that's like the only like expensive game that we bought. We're still like looking for other kids' games, but right now the kids are having a lot of fun with that, especially my 5-year-old. It's still like a little bit over my 3-year-old's head, I feel like. And then on Sunday, we just kind of hung home. We went for a little walk. We got a giant tomato out of our garden. It was like the first tomato we had harvested. We did some reading, and I also just did some work because I figured that next week was going to be pretty brutal with the kids all home again. And I like actually was like, okay, I need to at least get some work done because otherwise I'm just going to be so behind on this project. And then that night I hung out with my husband and we watched some TV and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty much the whole week. Some good days, some bad, a lot of at home time, and even more at home time coming up next week. I'm just finishing up the spread by just filling it out. I used foil scripts as usual, and then also using the deco from Honey Inked, which I have like all the shell pieces, the little clusters that I'm cutting up, and all like the little accent pieces as well, which I just absolutely love. And I think, I did use a little bit of washi too from Simply Gilded. I actually cut down a piece of that shell washi. I just thought it looked really nice in the spread, but it was just like slightly too thick for that space, so I just trimmed it down a little bit. Since it's not like a bow or anything, I don't feel like it took too much away from the design, just like a little, but it still looks really nice. And then I use that wave divider from Sadie Stickers as well. So I'm just finishing up with the last of the deco, but that's pretty much it for this week. Just feeling grateful that everyone stayed healthy and that we are all done with quarantine. It's been really nice finally having the kids back in camp again.
Okay, that is everything all finished up. Love all that silver foil, a little bit of beachy goodness. Let me show you what I have left from the kit. Just a little bit of the scallops and the bottom washi, that box that I ended up pulling up, a couple other functional items. You actually really do, even though this is only a 4-page kit, you really do get a lot of items with it. So it is really nice. Sometimes I do need a little bit more quarter box size stuff, but this was not a super busy week, so I had plenty to work with all of the layering items, etc. But that is everything. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!